Oh,
Dylan's just waiting and so excited. Dylan's been sitting here for an hour. I love you, Dylan. Oh, man. I'm Whoa, and apparently my throat just decided to just not make sound.
You know, mine the other day decided to just get nasty all of a sudden. I'm like, okay. Cool. And then like the right side of my face is like stuffy and headachy. So if I make faces, that's why.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have permanent vocal damage. Because again, I didn't take care of something like I should have when I was younger.
You know what? When we're younger, we're dumb and think that we're immortal until, you know, reality sets in.
Yeah, Dylan, I did say 2 p.m. Central Time. You are absolutely correct. But K couldn't start until 3.
You should look at the Word doc. Just saying.
I wasn't around the Word doc when I set up the stream, okay?
But I write it down specifically so you know when.
I wasn't on this computer, and this computer is the one that has the Word doc up, okay?
How dare you?
Speaking of which, I gotta not minimize. I just need to... Where is the Word doc now? What did I do with it this time?
Did you lose it again?
It's a Word doc right now. I don't know. My computer's being stupid.
Tell it not to. Maybe you should download more RAM.
No, that's the... I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what that is. It's my description for my YouTube channel. For my YouTube videos.
I'm so dumb. I didn't realize there was a private chat option and then a comments option on this stupid website. That's fun. That's fun.
I need to go find our Word doc again.
Do I need to send it to you again?
Maybe not. I think I'm okay. But I had it up earlier and I don't know why it disappeared on me.
Did you minimize it?
Oh, because I've checked everything I minimized. The only thing I minimized was this, which is my YouTube description, which I don't even know why I still have that up because I haven't put up a YouTube video in over a month.
Dun, dun, dun.
Quite frankly, the last YouTube video I put up turned out to be extremely traumatizing.
Oops.
Well, it was the convention weekend, so it was all the Des Moines Con stuff that happened.
That's fun.
Fun times. Okay. That's our video chat. Here we go. I found the Google Doc. I must have X'd out of it at some point. Okay, cool. Now the official start can begin. You were zooming in?
When I said dun dun dun, you can't just say that and not go dun dun dun.
I was too busy looking for my stuff. Trying to get myself together like I'm an actual adult.
Adult who? Where?
I'm a full-ass adult. I'm going to be 37 next month.
How dare you?
I'm almost 40. Okay.
I try not to think about that.
Yes, 100%. Yes, this. Me looking at other monitors. Nah, I don't know what's happening.
Me with my 3. Where's the thing at?
I only have 2 on this computer. My work computer I have 3, but this computer I only have 2. Don't ask me why my work computer has more. I can't do my job with less than 3 monitors.
I mean, I get it. Like, you need this for one thing, and then you got to have the other thing up, and then the other thing has to have the other thing. Like, I can't do work up at work without 2 monitors now because it's like, it's just too much.
Yeah. And my boss does it all on one. I'm like, how do you do that? Crazy. And not only just one, but a laptop monitor.
Absolutely not. Ridiculous.
Like, no. My laptop monitor, which is my 3rd monitor, my laptop monitor is literally just there for like one program and one program alone. That is it. Everything else is done on the other two big monitors.
That's funny, but also logical. Also, I don't know how long Vincent van Gogh is going to stay on the microphone, but we're seeing how long he endures it.
Or as they say it in the UK, Vincent van Gogh.
Is it Van Gogh?
That's what they say in England.
I thought it was Vincent van Gogh.
That's how we say it in the United States.
Oh, how do you actually say it?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Vincent.
Hey,
Like he
Vincent.
said.
No, he's right here. Hey, yo, dude. How do you say your last name, my dude?
Oh, no.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. I think it's more like that. Van Gogh. Like with the... It's beautiful. I hope somebody came in during us going... I'm excited to listen back to this. No, because I have my new microphone.
She does. Look at that. 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 Snazzy microphone. Mine's ancient. I was just thinking the other day I should get a new microphone, and I'm like, why?
I will send you the one for this one because it's not super expensive. It's actually really inexpensive for a nice microphone.
Is it an XLR?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. My brain totally shut off as to what that even was. It actually comes with 3 different types of connectors: a USB,
cool.
a USB-C, and an XLR.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know where the other 2 are at the moment. But yeah, it does. It comes with 3 different ones, which is really nice. So like I could use it with my phone.
Nice.
If I wanted to. I could use it with my phone. My TikToks are about to get real good. Just kidding.
No, you need the little tiny ones so you can be like, hey, everybody.
I hate those. I hate those. And
now
I hate when
very...
people use them. I'm like, every time somebody uses them, like, it's fine. If it brings you joy, do it.
My favorite is when they don't put it like where they're supposed to put it. They put it like on their glasses. It's like, that would be me.
Yeah, see, I have nothing wrong with a lavalier. I love a good lavalier mic. But
so funny. High wind soon. We're getting wind. Yo, it's about to only be 102.
We get tornadoes. Actually, we haven't had it that I know of in Minnesota. We haven't had a tornado, at least in this part of Minnesota.
The last one that I was aware of happened kind of close by work, so that was fun. But I wasn't at work, so
I remember living in St. Cloud, which is where I went to school. And for anybody who might not know that, I went to college and I was living in my apartment with that friend, the one we don't like. And she was at work at the mall, which is on the other side of town than where my apartment was. And there was a tornado touchdown in Waite Park, which is right next to where the mall is. The very next town over is Waite Park. And I mean, when I say next town over, it's like the Crossroads Mall in St. Cloud is basically on the border of St. Cloud and Waite Park. And so she called me. Mind you, a mall is a like cinder block safety place. So she calls me while the storm is happening, and I am just trying to get everything together just in case I have to go to the basement of my apartment complex.
Yeah.
And she calls me and I'm like, what are you doing on your cell phone right now? Get to safety. And she's like, can you come get me? No. She's like, but there's a tornado. And I'm like, and that's why I'm not coming to get you.
Just go in the innermost section. You'll be fine. Jeez, no.
And then she had the audacity to be mad at me when I came to pick her up after the storm. And she's like, why didn't you come get me before the storm? And I was like,
because it was during the storm, you ding dong.
I'm not going to actively put myself into danger for you. Thank you.
I've done that. That reminds me of my stupid decision. You remember when we had the hurricane-like weather over here? That one? Yeah, I was driving through that.
Love that for you.
Because I was like, okay, if I go now, I thought I had enough time. I'm like, okay, freeway's perfectly empty. I can just, boom. I got stuck halfway through.
So growing up on a lake is a very interesting experience because not only was my house haunted, but but there's such a thing. So you've got, your average tornado, and then you have water cyclones, which are tornadoes that just, come on, like just form on water. And if you have a tornado, it cannot go to water. And if you have a water cyclone, it cannot come to land. So my parents were watching this water cyclone. And they're like, this is fun. And then our friends, our neighbors, who are also our friends, their glass deck table lifted off of the ground and went flinging into a tree. And that was when my parents were like, maybe we should still get into the storm cellar though.
Oh my goodness.
I brought that up to my mom one time and she was like, yes, that happened, but that was your father, not me. I was curled up in a ball in the storm shelter already. I'm like, no, you were not. No, you were not.
Like, admit it. You were out there. You were admiring it, as we all do stupidly.
Minnesotans go, oh, look, a storm. And then we go out to look at it.
That's what we do down here. I feel like nobody does the smart thing, which is go to shelter. It's, what's it look like outside? I want to see.
Anyway. Wait, this tweet asks, what is the best Power Rangers opening song? And they say Dino Thunder. I mean, Dino Thunder is a good one though. Not gonna lie.
I am only aware of Mystic Force.
I do like Mystic Force's opening. I also really love Time Force. The second one though, not the first one. The first one's really stupid. I don't like the first one at all. And I'm not just saying that because Eric's in the second one, okay?
Sure.
No, it actually feels more like Time Force, where the first one, it was like, let's just throw a bunch of clips from the first episode together to make an opening theme, where the second one is actually like, it actually feels more. Mystic Force is your favorite? Yeah, that's fair. Mystic Force is a good one. Mystic Force is a good one. Okay, should we actually start? We're 13 minutes in, and all we've done is just ramble about weather and my new microphone and Vincent Van Gogh. Where are you in Time Force? I have not talked to you about Time Force in a hot second, Dylan. That means you are already past Eric becoming a ranger.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
You like Midnight Mumbles? Yeah, Kay, you need to start doing Midnight Mumbles again.
I was actually thinking about it. I just haven't figured out how I want to do it.
I'm going to start an online petition. Bring back Midnight Mumbles. Dylan will be the first person to sign it.
I think, when was the last one? Oh my gosh.
When was the last one? A million years ago.
It was not a million. It was
exactly a million.
Dang, I'm older than I thought. I look good for my age, don't I?
I don't. That's why I have a filter on my face right now.
I just did not care.
Actually, I look like a hormonal teenager right now because I have a breakout.
I feel like I've always got like a little bit like right here.
That's a very commonplace.
It's because I'm always doing this or like this.
Yeah.
So, like,
plus
they're always on my face.
Eating, stuff dribbles down your chin, and if you don't clean it up in enough time, and there are lots of reasons.
How dare. The last Midnight Mumble was in April 10th of last year, so it hasn't been a million, just a century.
Whatever. It's been a long time. And weren't you going to be doing like the 160 questions tag thing and filming an answer every single day? I think it's been more than 160 days.
It may have been more than 160 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway,
Let's
how are you?
start. I'm fine. Surviving, man. I'm surviving. Just spent a week with my niece here, which was great. Loved having her here, and I'm very sad that she is checking into college today. They were born my senior year of high school. Both my twin nieces were born my senior year of high school, and it makes me very uncomfortable that it's been 18 years. Anyway,
I just don't think about time passing, and then we're all good.
To be fair, they're turning 19 this year, but I graduated in 2005. They were born in 2004. But I was still a senior in high school, and I got to skip school when they were born. So
nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just do a quick introduction in case somebody new comes across this episode 2. Go watch the first one. Anyway,
What are you doing?
Hi, I'm Britt. If you're new, you probably did not get this far because whoa. No, so I'm Britt. I'm a contemporary romance author at this point in time. I do want to start diving into young adult as well, but I will be doing it under a pseudonym so that parents would know what books of mine are safe and what books are not safe for children to be reading, because my contemporary romance books do come with a decent level of spice in them. Spicy. But I do like contemporary romance, and my young adults would be a combination. I need that mug. Can you buy me one and send it to me? I will pay you for it.
Honestly, it's tempting. Yes.
Anyway,
they still make it?
I hope so.
I will find out while you're talking.
Anyway, my young adult would be somewhat romance, but also I've been working since high school working on a story, 2 actually, but one I've put on the way back burner until I can figure out more about it personally. But since my junior year of high school, I've been working on this sci-fi series I want to do. It's going to be a trilogy. But yeah, so eventually I will dive into that moniker and those stories. But yeah, so right now I'm working on my contemporary romance novels. I am working on releasing my first one here in November is the goal. That is if I can get my shit together and actually finish editing it. I'm like 90% there. I'm like 90%.
You're so close. You're so close.
I'm so close. But yeah, that's me. How about you, Kay?
I am actually Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh.
Gogh. Anyway, hi, I'm Kay. I write space opera / horror stuff. Nothing's published yet, so if you try hunting it down, you're not going to find anything. But currently, I'm working on a little novella series that will be however long it wants to be. Honestly, it could be as long as it wants. It's probably going to be
write their own story, man.
They really do, and like honestly, let them have it. They're going to go through some stuff so they can, have their moment if they want. Like the galaxy they live in, it not nice. It's not a good one. It's trying to murder them. So, yeah. So it's going to be fun. I finally have an idea of what route I want to take. So, stuff like that.
This is
Lego black hole.
This is so true.
There's a Lego sale. I am there. Fun fact, I actually went to Walmart to find a Batman polybag because Target, good luck finding Lego polybags. Walmart's the place to go. And I ended up buying a Lego set on clearance because, you like it. Hey, it was a set that I wanted to get.
As if you needed any more. I mean, granted, I will absolutely support you in buying all the Lego sets you want to buy. But I will still publicly be like, okay. Did I just spend nearly $200 at Barnes & Noble yesterday? Yes, I did. So who am I to talk?
Funny. I spent less than that last time I went on Lego.com. Ho ho.
Well, it's not my fault. It was Barnes and Noble's fault for having 3 really cool vinyls that I wanted. Actually more, and I was able to actually stop myself. But I told my mother and my niece, I'm like, get me out of this store right now. Get me out of here.
I'm gonna spend my life savings. Oopsie daisy.
I bought 3 books and 3 vinyls.
Fair enough, Dylan. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I remember when I used to do that. Now it's a Lego set. Isn't it funny? I think it's so funny. Like, just the change in what I end up collecting. It's like, why can't I for once do something cheap? Why is it always expensive?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I mean, vinyls are not cheap. Is not a cheap,
Like, that's why I refuse
thing to collect.
I refuse to buy any, because if I start with one, that's all it takes is just one.
Hello, have you seen my lightning figure collection?
Exactly. But those are cool.
They are cool.
They're really cool.
But it sounds like they're done with making lightning figures now, and I'm like,
aw.
But you never came out with them.
You spent your money on money.
Spent my money on money.
Money on money.
I wish I could spend my money on money, because that would mean I would have more money.
I bought some rocks. Where are they? Right here.
Am I loud?
No.
It's a new microphone, and I don't know how it's gonna sound.
Just don't shout, and you'll be fine.
Ah, I'm not.
That's actually not terrible. That's not a shout.
It was not a shout.
Okay, I was about to say that wasn't.
Like,
see, you got pretty rocks.
Okay, it's very pretty. I appreciate that rock. It's blue. I like blue. Blue's my favorite. Also, can we appreciate the fact? I mean, you can't see my pants, but I have Nickelodeon on the top, and I have Disney at the bottom. Lego. Shocker.
I know, right? Weird. It's so funny because I was like, oh, I only have like 2 Lego shirts. And I was like, wait, no. I have this one, and then I've got the pirate one, and then I've got quarter from every state was cool.
Yes, and I still have these quarters. I still have them. I don't know where they are, but they are in a book that I have somewhere.
I kind of stopped collecting all the new quarters though, unless they're like really, really cool.
Yeah,
really, it wasn't to those.
It wasn't me collecting them. It was my grandma collecting them and then giving them to everybody.
That's what my grandparents did. They did it for all of the grandkids, which, mind you, it's me, my brother, and then there's like 4 on another one and 3 on another one. So it's not cheap. But yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Kate, you still have to finish your introduction about yourself. I distracted us.
You know what? It's fine.
This ADHD thing is a lot for both of us. How are we ever going to get through anything?
We managed somehow. 2 hours. 2 hours for these live streams, and an hour and 45 minutes is nonsense. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so it's a novella series, so it's not going to be like really, really long books, because we're going to see if this works better than me trying to write novels. But I'm super excited because it follows like a crew that's going to go like here, there, and everywhere, and then I'm figuring out backstories and stuff, so little tidbits will happen.
World building. That's the worst part about like sci-fi and fantasy. I mean, some people find a lot of joy in that. To me, I'm like, can I just write the story, please?
It's fun because like the way that I do it sometimes is I just like write like a little chunk of something, like a character explaining something or like a background of something, and then I just pick out all the little things. And I'm like, all right, this is all this information.
Yeah. That's why I like contemporary romance, because the world already exists.
Yeah, see, I've tried doing that, and I don't. So I used to, surprise, I used to really love reading romance books, you know, when I was a teenager. It was like the Christian romance books. I just devoured them.
What?
I devoured them.
Okay, so I guess not spicy if it's Christian
romance. Oh, no spicy at all.
I'm sorry, when I was a teenager, I was reading spicy romance. This good little Christian girl was reading real spicy romance.
Yeah, no, I did not. I wrote a little spicy though.
Oh, so did I.
Role plays are fun.
There are some fan fictions that will never see the light of day because they were not accepted onto fanfiction.net because, you know, what were they called? Lemons. That's what it was called. Lemons, I think. When you wrote a spicy scene in fan fiction back in the day.
I have no idea.
I think they were called lemons. I don't remember either.
That seems a bit sour. I did that on purpose. Let's see. Yeah, so that's me. And then some.
I only ever seek out fan fictions unless unless they are spicy. I don't look at fan fictions anymore. I have a real problem, y'all. I have a real problem.
You know what? Sometimes you just need a little spice in your life.
I'm not getting in my real life. May as well get in fantasy. Maybe that's why I'm so obsessed with it.
This is why we write the spicy.
I've been single for a long time.
You have my sympathies. That is a weird thing to think about. Personal life stuff. Yeah. Because like I was going through, because I was changing profile pictures on something. I was going through like, because I take screenshots from videos and use that for the thumbnail for the Midnight Mumbles and stuff. So I was going through like the Lego ones, and it has a picture of my hand, and I still had a ring on it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's right. Oh my god,
that feels like a lifetime ago.
I know, right?
I mean, it kind of was a lifetime ago, but like
it was before COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lifetime ago.
Okay, so last time I went, so I staff a convention out in Wisconsin. It's called No Brand Con, right? The last time I went to No Brand Con, I was reading Dating Dr. Dill at the time, and that is spicy. But I was sharing a room with my friends Remy and their husband Adam, and then their kid as well. So I'm sitting there alone in the hotel room with their kid reading this book, not realizing I was coming up to a spicy scene, and I'm like, I feel really awkward right now. And then Remy came back and I was like, I'm not okay. And they're like, why? I'm like, and they're like, oh god. And I was like, just feel uncomfortable reading around you. I mean, I'm not reading out loud or anything.
No, but it's still like, it's just awkward because like know.
I know what's happening, and this kid's like, you didn't play Pokemon.
A little oblivious, and you're over here like,
and I'm sitting there going, oh god, oh god. It was great. Dating Dr. Dill is a great book. It's so good. I bought her second one. I haven't started it yet, but I bought her second one.
I've been struggling to like read books. Like I found a series that would help like inspire my own. It's on the Kindle, and it was like $3 for like a big set, which is probably what.
This is her new one.
Tastes like Shakar.
And it's based off of my favorite Shakespearean comedy. I'm so excited.
Your mom bought it for you, Dylan? That's just that's hilarious.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so let's see. What have we accomplished since our last stream?
So do you want to go first?
I can. I did work on Deepwater. I know my goal was to finish editing Deepwater, but there are some pretty substantial things I have to fix or had to fix so far. There's a couple more. I mean, not like fix, because it's not that it's bad, but there were just some issues and like some really awkward moments I just had to fix, you know? And my editor was like, might not. This might seem a little weird. And I'm like, okay. So getting those fixed took a bit longer, but as you and I know Dylan knows, my personal life over the last week has kind of been not good. Yeah, some bad things happened this last week that I'm not talking about publicly, because every time I've talked about this publicly, I have been harassed for it. So I'm just gonna, they can win, and I won't talk about it publicly. That's fine.
You know what? They think they won. They didn't.
At the end of the day, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot. They will not survive acting like this.
No.
So
you can only go so far.
Yeah. So my story is out there. And I'm not going to get rid of my story. My story is out there, and there will be more. There will be more. I already know were ones before mine. So, and I know them.
Well,
it's amazing. So anyway, plus my niece was here. So, I mean, not that I can't work on my book while my niece is here, but like, it's just kind of weird to be like, I'm gonna work on my book now. So I'm going to ignore you for the next couple hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, she's 18, can take care of herself, but still, it just, when I have company, I want to entertain. So
the host mentality.
Yeah, I'm an extrovert. What do you expect? So I didn't get as far as I would like to have with Deepwater. I haven't even touched my other book, Where the Vinyl Ends, yet, and I know that was like my secondary goal, was to have that draft finished in a month. That did not happen. I wanted to get it. I want to at least get it done before NaNoWriMo, because I want to start fresh with something new in NaNoWriMo.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. So I've got a couple more months to get that taken care of. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I came up with a new idea, but I don't know if this is going to fit under what's going to be, I know this isn't a real term, but new adult series I'm going to be putting out, where it's, I've told you about it. It's set at that university that I made up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I came up with another possible story for that, or it might be young adult. I don't know.
It is not, Dylan. It was so you know how Target has like little $5 doodads and cheapo stuff? They had like these cute little things. They've got like the suction cup, so you can like squish it down and then it pops. So I got this guy, and then he came with 2 others. The other one that I like is this guy.
But yeah, so I came up with a new idea.
Ooh.
In the Disney rewatch, which I know I'm really behind uploading to YouTube. I'm really behind. That finished up this week while I was with Eden. Eden watched the last 3 with me, which was kind of fun.
It's fun.
But especially because she had seen them and I had not. So, but what was I saying? Oh,
the book.
The Disney rewatch has given me some ideas for young adult, like Disney retellings. Ooh. So like I have one for Beauty and the Beast, I have one for Aladdin, and I have one for Cinderella so far in my head.
Those are fun.
Yeah, so I'll probably do those at some point again once I'm ready to like jump into the young adult world. Once I'm at a point where I can write romance without it meaning they take off their clothes. just saying. Okay, not all the time are all their clothes off, but still, clothes need to stay on in young adult fiction.
No spicy.
No spicy.
No spicy. That's funny.
Anyway, so that's where I'm at. So, Kay, your goal was to get your outline situated and maybe start writing. How are you doing?
So the outline is done. We got the outline done. It's like it's not like basic, but now I have an idea of what I want to do, which was kind of similar to the original idea before I started writing. And then it took like a weird turn and then I got stuck. So now I know where it's going, about it's going to be. And no writing has been done. Instead, I've been getting distracted by looking
ADHD.
But it's related to the book, so it's not too far off. But years ago, I found out that Target had the Trapper Keepers, like the retro ones. So
yeah. I need to buy some immediately. I have not been to Target enough. And to answer your question, Dylan, no, I have not. I almost picked up Hooked though yesterday when we were at Barnes & Noble. I ended up getting the fine print instead of Hooked, but I was planning on getting Hooked. But I don't know if I'm ready to jump into dark romance just yet. I know that one's pretty dark. Fun. I like dark. I don't know if I'm ready for dark romance just yet.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to use this Trapper Keeper for like handwritten stuff that won't go in my laptop or in the notebook that I take with me to work. It's mostly going to hold this guy.
Nice.
So I was looking for a character sheet, and this guy seems like it's going to be really good. Like, it's free, or you can donate money to them. But it's like...
That looks really cool.
It's got so much, and each one has like 4 pages.
I might actually need that for my sci-fi trilogy that I want to do.
Yeah, and then I thought maybe for like the stuff that I'm not sure about, I've got some dice, and I thought it'd be fun to like roll the dice and be like, all right, how terrible is your anxiety? Go.
Also no, because no spice.
Must have spice or it's not nice.
Okay, it's not that bad. I can absolutely read YA romance. I'm perfectly fine. One of our best friends in the entire world writes YA romance.
I still need to read her book. Oh my gosh. And then I haven't
She
bought
has
the second
2
one.
now.
I haven't bought the second one. I got so far behind so quickly. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Little plug for Melissa C., who has written 2 books. They're published through Scholastic. Please go buy her books, read her books. The newest one is Love Letters from Joy, and then the first one is You, Me, and Our Heartstrings. Please go read her books.
Read it.
Please support her.
Yes.
But yeah. No, but I keep meaning to. There are so many in my wish list. So many. I just haven't gotten around to reading any of the Disney retellings yet.
I have like a set of 3 because they sounded really good. It may be the YA ones. But it's the ones where it's got like the villains on the cover. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
But it's those, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the first 3. And so I was like, oh, this looks really good. I'll read it. And it's like, haha, joke's on you. You ain't reading stuff.
I think, aren't those the ones that are like, if one thing was slightly different in the movie, that it would have turned out this way? Isn't that what that series is?
I think so, yeah. It's like, which I love stuff like that. Like alternative, like universe stuff. I'm there 110%. Give me.
It's called Reflection. I'll have to look that one up because that one already sounds exciting.
And then I think...
because I love Mulan.
Mulan's so good. I think the series is one of those where I didn't realize it, but you kind of need to read like book 1 and then go onwards. Because I guess they like coincide with each other or something. Which I'm trying to decide if I want my book to be like that. Like, do I want the series to be kind of sort of standalone-ish, or do I want it to be like, you should probably read it in this order? Because the thought process is that it's going to be like a cheesy 70s sci-fi space opera serial sort of thing. It's going to be
I guess what it boils down to is, are you going to have an overlying storyline that you're telling, or is it going to be episodic?
So that was my thought. So I was trying to figure it out, and I kind of want it to be like arcs. So you have like this long enduring thing that just slowly climbs up to its peak, and then you've got like these little mini like events going on.
Okay.
Like over the course of like a couple of books. So
like it could be like, and only just because I'm rewatching it right now with my parents, like Psych, where there is this overarching like storyline, and there can be like bigger stories within the series, but you can still sit down and watch an episode of Psych and not be completely confused unless you're like at the climax of like the yin yang killer storyline.
Yeah. Like that's kind of how I want it. So instead of it being like, oh, this is book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 200, whatever, however many.
Whoa, okay. You're going to be writing forever.
I kind of want, so I also, the couple that I keep talking about in the group chat?
Yes.
I have decided they are in this universe. So there will probably be
I always thought they were.
So I couldn't decide. And then I finally decided like a couple
I just assumed they were. Oh, okay.
They officially are now. They
Excellent.
Officially are now.
Excellent. So my head canon has become canon.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
But it's going to be so cool because like somewhere in there, you're going to like hear the character's name and then you're going to be like, oh, that's okay. What a weird name, whatever. And then like later on, you'll be like, oh, it's this person. Oh, dang. Because like, I kind of want like the main cast has like one character, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to differentiate the two of them. So it's not like they're mirrored. So like the easiest thing is the one knows how to do magic and the other doesn't. So I've got my multiverse. I don't think Disney's gonna want this one.
You never know. They might want it for one of their other, subsidiary companies.
Be like, I just want this thing, so I'm buying the whole thing.
No. Like they could want it for not Disney specifically, but like one of the subsidiaries that they own where they can put more adult content on.
And yes,
the multiverse of mumbledom.
That's funny.
And oh my God, Kitty's back.
Yes, they are googly eyes. It was the best idea I ever had. So yeah,
I love it.
Googly eyes. I also wanted to get like a mustache and then put like the mustache right here, but I never did that. I thought it'd be funny.
That works. Yeah. I like it. My new microphone is too small for anything like that.
You could put stickers on it. Like a little bitty sticker.
I could theoretically put stickers on it. I don't know.
I'm like obsessed with stickers now. My laptop is covered. But I'm really upset. This is a mini tangent. I'm really upset. Like you can buy stickers online from like people and stuff, but they're always like these giant big stickers. It's like I need tiny stickers. I need little bitty tiny stickers.
I turn stickers into magnets.
That's cool. I have also thought of doing that.
Mm-hmm. I have some I still need to turn into magnets.
Dylan.
Okay. Because ADHD and space.
We like space. So fun fact, this is minorly related. My grandma made me a blanket.
Aw. I don't have a grandma anymore.
Would you like to guess what the theme is?
Space.
Space. Yeah. But also, and
I don't have a grandma anymore.
It's got a rainbow on it. I love that for you. Yes. They don't know. That's why it's funny.
I know. Yeah, no, I have a blanket on my bed.
Nice. I have a Batman blanket. My favorite is my glow in the dark dino fossil blanket.
I have a real problem with fleece blankets. Oh, and by problem, I mean anytime I see a fleece blanket,
mine,
I buy it. I have an entire big plastic tub full of fleece blankets.
I love that for you.
I love that for me too. I will never be cold ever again. Anyway, so that's what is on my bed right now, is one of the many fleece blankets that I have purchased because I walked by a unit with a fleece blanket on and went, I like that.
For me, sure.
I was actually with my mom and I got that one. I can't remember if it was a PetSmart or a Petco, but it was at one of them because it's a pet related one. And we were walking by it and I just, and I go, it's blue. And she goes, no. And I'm like, it's blue. And I dropped it. Hey, absolutely. And if I need to start a fire, I can just rub some fleece together. Perfect. Boom, that's excellent. Done. Now I won't freeze to death. Like I said, I will never be cold again.
It's perfect.
Okay. So now, okay, well, we at least we're on topic at this point because that was definitely an ADHD mode. So ADHD mode activated, where we started just talking about random stuff.
I love that. That's
granted that has been the majority of this stream.
That's majority of all of the streams. Fair warning. That's how it's gonna be.
This is how it's gonna be, y'all.
If you don't like it, there's a door. There's a door right there.
There's a door that side of my computer.
It's a closet door, but like it's still a door.
Don't be telling people to go into the closet, okay?
Sometimes the world be scary.
Yes, but in this safe space, you don't have to be. You don't have to be in the closet in the safe space. We love you.
Family friend.
We love you.
Yes.
But yeah, so what...
Sorry, Kitty. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's adorable.
Get out of here. Get out of here with your dad jokes, Dylan.
No, stay, please. I love you. One of the managers up at work has started doing dad jokes, and I love it. It's great.
What's funny is we call them mom jokes around this house because it's my mom that's obsessed with puns. It's my mom that's absolutely obsessed with puns.
I love that.
And so I'd be like, Mom, it's a you joke. And then people start calling them dad jokes. I'm like, all right. I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take it.
You just say yes and let it happen.
I mean, absolutely let it happen and be excited for it. But
I want to see this happen. Let it happen. Go, Dylan. Daddify the world.
Daddify the world. Oh my God.
You need a shirt now that says that, Dylan.
Yes. See, Dylan, you have your merch like line already with your stay sexy and Daddify. Dude, make merch. I will buy it.
Right? Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
But you remember how last month, the one thing that little update also about my book, the one that I'm writing the first draft for, not Deepwater, because that shouldn't be the focus for me, right? Whoa, is that a koosh?
Yes.
Okay. I need to ask this question to everybody here. Before I do this update, please remind me that I'm going to have this update, but I need to ask a question. So I have never really been able to smell, right? I used to at one point be able to have like a semblance of smell, but essentially like I like that or I don't like that. I've never been able to be like lavender. Like I've never been able to do that, right?
Right.
Never once. Totally went away before I hit double digits. I have not been able to smell for a very long time. Turns out I have non-allergic rhinitis, probably the reason. Anyway, I saw a post on Threads. I think it was this morning, may have been last night. I don't know. My days run together. I don't know. I don't remember if I slept between. And it seemed to imply that kooshes smell. Is there a smell to koosh?
Yes, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like
I'm always mind boggled at the things that have smells.
Because this one's been like in my room for a while, so it's lost its little smell. But it's like, I don't know. It's not an unpleasant smell. It's like, this means nothing to you, but it's like, it's kind of like a plasticky smell, but not like plastic. It's really weird.
Okay, but I don't know what plastic
rubber.
smells like.
Okay, yeah, so it's like there's no explanation I can give you that would make you understand this.
Is there taste? Is there like a taste that you like a taste bud taste that you can like bitter?
Rubbery gross shrimp. That would probably be my equation to it.
Okay.
So it's like a plastic rubbery sort of smell, so it's like a plastic rubbery taste.
Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, to be fair, aren't they just rubber bands? I mean, isn't that what koosh basically is? Is just the same material they use rubber bands? Okay, that's fair.
I would not be surprised.
I still don't know what that smells like, but it's kind of funny because my mom has gotten really good at like describing smell to me. She'll be like, it's like when you walk outside and it's really humid, or she'll like explain it in like a different way, like a texture of a food or like a food she knows I can taste. Like it's interesting.
Yeah, Kitty, it probably isn't great to breathe. I need to probably stop smelling it. It's kind of annoying my headache, which I assume is from the high winds that are coming soon, according to my taskbar.
Yeah. Okay, so my update about the first draft book. Yeah. So remember how last time I was complaining about the fact that he put himself into a situation in which he was in a relationship. And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to fall in love with this lady, not be already in love with this lady. I figured out how they're going to break up. How? I'm not going to share that.
Dang. Well, at least you figured it out.
I did. I at least figured that out. Now I just need to get them to a point, because I didn't want him to cheat in any way, shape, or form, because I don't appreciate that.
I don't like that. No.
Right. And I still want her to be likable because I like her as a character. So like, I still want it to be like, I don't want her to be a villain all of a sudden. Right.
Yeah.
So, cause I don't know, he introduced her into my life. I was not expecting her. That's not true. I knew she was gonna be part of it, but I thought she was just gonna be a one-time thing. Like, I thought it was gonna be like one scene, and then she was like, "No, I'm here to stay," and I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Who are you?"
I guess." But I like her, and I want her to stick around now because we're friends now. So I didn't want her to be a villain, so I didn't want her to cheat either.
Right.
You know, and so I've been racking my brain about a way to make them both come out as this makes sense to end the relationship, but not to vilify either one of them.
Right, Kitty, right.
So
100%. Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is, and I do have a character like this in Deepwater just a little bit, and only just because she is just very hurt, and so she takes her anger out, but I do redeem her by the end, and I might write a sequel about her.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, because I do, again, I like her a lot, and I hated making her a villain for a hot second, but again, like, I can only imagine what she must have felt like in her situation. Luckily, I've never had to be in that situation, but
well, that's good at least.
But yeah, so that's one of those updates, but I haven't written anything for it yet, but I've at least figured that little issue out with my story. Now, like I said, I just need to get my characters to that place, to that point in time.
At least you figured it out. That is half the battle right there.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I really need this outline.
Yeah, and I know for like sci-fi you need the outline, but like I love being a pantser. Like I'm a plantser. So that's PLANTSER. Which means that I sort of plan, like I know the beginning and the end. It's this middle part that I let my characters do the thing.
I could just do whatever, so long as you find your end goal.
As long as we get to the end goal, we're good. We're in a good place. And that was my issue with Where the Vinyl Ends at this point. I was like, how do I get to my end goal if he's in love?
No, see, the plants are flying by the edge of the seat.
There you go. Absolutely.
100%.
I'd love to be a true pantser, though. I'd love just to sit down at my computer and just be like, let's just write a story today.
I used to do that. Like back before I had the internet, I would sit at my computer and just
I think I did that when I was doing my fan fiction, when I was living my fan fiction life. I think that was pretty much how I wrote all my fan fictions.
Dylan.
I am a firm believer in word vomiting your first draft. 100%. I'm a firm believer in just word vomiting your first draft. Don't worry about making it perfect. Don't worry about like what you're going to write. Just let your characters do their thing. Whether you're a plotter, a plantser, or a pantser, like just let your characters do what they're going to do. Word vomit that first draft and then worry about making it good later. Like that's always been my thing. Like Deepwater, the reason it took me so long to write it was because I was so concerned about making it right the first time. And so now here we are. I started in 2018. It's 2023. And I'm finally at a point where I'm probably listen to me. I'm still doubting it.
Aww, you could do it.
Where I'm going to release it this November. And we're talking years and years and years later, right? I have written like 3 first drafts since then. And I'm just like, I'm just going to write. Granted, one of them I'm going to completely rewrite because I hate it. Every ounce of it. I hate it.
Yep. That was my problem. Like trying to get over that mindset of it has to be perfect. It's like, why? You're not publishing it right after you finish it.
100% this.
So like getting out of that mindset was weird.
I need to see this. You painted with what? Like watercolor or acrylic?
Ooh.
Oil? Dylan, have you gotten fancy on us?
Oh, wait.
Watch, he means digitally paint it.
Van Gogh would like to talk to you. Van Gogh.
If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you don't know what we're doing.
This will now forever be
Van Gogh.
Watercolor. I like watercolor.
My mom really loves watercolor. I enjoy watercolor. I want to get back into acrylics though. I used to really love painting with acrylics. Oil, that's a lot.
I am more of a colored pencil person.
I mean, that's fair. Then you know what you might actually like?
What?
Watercolor pencils, because you color it with watercolor or with the pencil, and then you just take a paintbrush with some water and you just over it, and it makes that noise. No, it doesn't.
If it doesn't, I'm gonna be sad and I'm gonna write a very angry letter. Where's my shush 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 noise?
Because I forget the names of things sometimes. I will just make a noise of either how I expect it to sound or how it actually sounds. So when I was working in retail, specifically when I worked at Yankee Candle at the Mall of America, one of my absolute best friends in the entire world, Kelly, who I worked with at the Mall of America. I know you're not supposed to become friends with your employees. I'm sorry. I became friends with my employee. Okay. She's still one of my best friends. Anyway, she and I would often do like unboxing stuff together and stocking together, right? That was her favorite thing to do. I always scheduled that her and I would do it together because she and I just liked hanging out. Still do. Anyway, and so I would lose the box cutter and I'd go, Kelly. She'd go, what? I go, where's the zoop? And she's like, the what? And I go, the zoop. She goes, what? I go, zoop. She goes, box cutter? That's it. The box cutter. Where is it? Because it makes a zoop sound when you zoop.
I will also be like, the thing that, and then I'll make the motion of what you use with it.
Yeah.
So usually I'll figure out the word. I'm only friends with like 2 employees, and one is like a writing friend, which reminds me, we were gonna meet up at Barnes & Noble and do some writing. I need to.
We were? Shit.
Ah, heck.
All right, let me get on 35W and drive on down.
Oh, gosh. Have fun with that. The absolute worst freeway in the history of freeways.
It is up here, too. Yeah.
Yeah, mine aren't either.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, the majority of my friendship with Kelly has been when I was not her boss. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Our friendship started because we enjoyed working together, and therefore we worked together. We got along. Yes, we hung out a few times while I was her boss, but the majority of our hanging out happened after I left Yankee Candle.
Yeah, I don't think I've hung out with any of the employees until like after like that place shut down and stuff. So,
oh, that's right, the old one. I forgot.
Well, they were
how
like,
long ago was that now?
2016, 17.
Oh wow,
it's been a bit. I think it's 17. It's whatever year it was that I got engaged.
Gross. We don't talk about that engagement or him. Watch, he's just lurking in this live stream right now.
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it too, but I'm just like, I don't care if he is.
I'm like, hi. How's life? I'll send you your stuff eventually, I promise. It's going to cost so much money because it's so bulky, but I want to send it to him because like there's a card from his grandmother in there. Oh, and yeah. I'm pretty sure she passed away.
Well, wasn't that the whole move?
Well, like, so situation? She moved out of the house to like one of those little community thingies. So yeah. That's why the house was like up for.
Got you.
Stuff, so yeah.
Got you. So we're giving way too much personal information out about him.
You know what? It's fine. There's no names, no places.
No names, no places. I'm not even saying the state that you were theoretically going to possibly move to. It might not even be out of Texas.
It was,
and I feel comfortable saying Texas because Texas is a big state.
I've also said I'm from Texas, so you're all
fair.
good there. So I don't like have it anywhere, but I have said it, so you're fine.
Yeah, and I say I'm around Minneapolis. I'm not going to say where around Minneapolis, but I am indeed around Minneapolis. So, good luck finding me.
I I know where you are.
That's because you have my address.
I still need to. Okay, so you've already bought like the one thing from your birthday present that I meant to send you like years ago, and I still need to send it to you.
It's fine. I think I still have a Batman hat that I was going to send to you because a friend of mine gave it to me.
That sounds
and I
about
have
right.
not sent it yet. I don't even know where it is at the moment.
Isn't it? How rude, Dylan.
I have to go. I need to go to Pita Pit.
But we have it's been an hour, so have fun. I'll start streaming. Everybody can hop over to twitch.com/blockade.
I need to go to Hudson.
I'll start a Lego building stream.
I don't actually know what's closer, if Mankato is closer or if Hudson is closer to me. I just don't want to go to Mankato.
I don't want to step outside. I'll melt.
I just want to go to Pita Pit. See, Kitty, look what you've done. Now I'm thinking about Pita Pit. Damn it.
I want to go to Pollo Loco. It's so good. They have a $5 bowl. Oh, I love it. I'm like obsessed with like bowls, like with the rice and the meats and the veggies and stuff. It's just so good.
Well, there's one in Wisconsin and there's one in Minnesota, which are driving distance for me. So
so you got to go to both of them.
Well, what's funny is when we were going to go get Apollo, I looked over to his crate like he was in there. He's not in his crate, but for some reason I decided to look at his crate anyway. When I went to go get Apollo, he came from a little tiny town in Iowa. And because I can't get his dog from Minnesota, apparently, because I went to Wisconsin to get Cosmo and I went to Iowa to get Apollo. So the next dog has to come from South Dakota because apparently I'm going clockwise around Minnesota. Anyway.
Sorry, can't get the dog. It's not in South Dakota.
Sorry. Anyway, so it was this little tiny town in Iowa. I don't even know the closest big city, so I'm not even going to say. But it's this little tiny town, farming town in Iowa. And we had to drive the direction of Mankato to get there. And I was like, oh, Mom, we're going to go to Mankato. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, we got to stop at Pita Pit for lunch. And she's like, okay. And then we did not actually go through Mankato. The GPS took us a different direction. And I was like, and she's like, we can still go. I'm like, no, they're expecting us at a specific time. We need to keep going. We can't go off the road. And I was very sad. I really wanted to go to Pita Pit.
I would be sad too.
So, no, not the ones around me. I don't know about the one in Mankato. The one in Hudson I've been to on a weekend. You and I have been to the one in Hudson on a weekend. I've taken you there.
Are you looking at the wrong one, Dylan?
To be fair, and maybe they are now. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there. The last time I was there was when I went to... the last time I was there was when I got that Airbnb. I was about to say when I picked up Cosmo's ashes. That's not true. When I went to that Airbnb in Stillwater for my little night away from all of it.
Your little getaway.
The only thing I did was I did attend a meeting for No Brand Con. That's the only work related thing I did. Aside from that,
it's only 90. It's only 90. What's that like, Dylan?
It's in the 90s here today, and the dogs are outside. Dogs, meaning my sister's dog, is here again. So,
I wish it was 90 degrees.
I don't know what the actual temperature is. It's in the 90s, though.
It's so hot. Can it be autumn now, please? Can't get anything done.
Feels like 96. So we have some humidity. Oh, actually, the humidity is not terrible.
Oh,
but we have some humidity.
Do we have humidity? I don't think we do.
Well, then what are you complaining about if it's just a dry heat? Just kidding.
It's 22% humidity. Yeah, no, it's
not bad. That's not bad at all.
Hot.
I don't think I've seen 22% humidity in months.
I mean,
but I don't see the
there's so
temps
much-
you get.
so much water. So much water. Didn't get autumn last year and went from so. I hate when it does that.
That's kind of how it goes here. I mean, the only month in which we've not had snowfall is July.
That's just mind-boggling. Like what is that like?
To be fair, I think the last time it snowed in August was like before I was born. So I don't know what it's like to have it snow in August, but I do know what it's like to snow in June because I do vaguely remember it snowing very early June.
That's just so wild.
Yeah. Minnesota is a wild place. It's a wild, wild place.
But it's not in the West. How wild can it be?
Well, we're in the Midwest. So there's still West in our location.
Yeah, but it's mid.
We're the wild, wild Midwest. And yes, we're just mid. It's fine.
So it's just Midwest. It's not wild at all.
This is the best state in the Midwest. I will say that. I will take that on. It is the best state in the Midwest. For reasons I will not say, but reasons that I will tell you all privately. Well, Dylan and Kay privately.
We're special.
I just don't love, like, you know, alienating people. And if I say why, I like Minnesota best out of all the other Midwest states. Oh, that's not true. Illinois is also a good one. It's a low bar that this is the best state in the Midwest.
Is the bar on the ground? Is that how low it is?
I hate it here. It's called the Midwest because it's the midway to the West. That's why it's called the Midwest. But yes, I agree that we should call it the Great Lakes region, especially us here up in the upper Midwest. You know, the ones that actually touch the Great Lakes. Boop. So, but
I've thought about doing audiobooks again.
Like
listening to.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's expensive to make them. I've looked into that.
Maybe one day.
One day my books will be on audiobooks, but until somebody can pay me lots and lots of money to pay voice actors lots and lots of money, chances are good my books won't become audiobooks anytime soon.
If I thought, well, my commute to work is like so long, why not? Because then maybe I'll actually be able to read a book.
See, here's the thing though, in an alternate universe, it would be called the Mideast if people started colonizing the United States in the West, but they started in the East and they moved West. At least that's the way it was explained to me.
That makes sense.
Accurate statement. I mean, the only reason I want to go East is to go to Disney World. Literally the only reason. Oh, and to see a show on Broadway, like actual Broadway. Those would be the only reasons I would go East. Oh, and to go to Boston in the fall. But if you understand that reference, you're my best friend.
But I've never been to Boston in the fall.
90s kids will get that reference. 90s kids that had religious parents.
Robo voice generators.
I thought about it just as like a joke, but no. And I know you're just kidding. Like I said, I thought about doing it as a joke. Actually, it was when I was reading through my first draft of Deepwater, I wasn't reading it. I was having Word read it to me. And I was like, this would be interesting. Let me just record this.
I don't think mine could manage it because I'm going to make up words and it's going to struggle really hard. Fun fact, though, I will have a how to pronounce sort of thing. And I also would... So, you know how some books have like the maps in the beginning, like in the, like you open it and there's a map.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that with my series. So kind of like you have the overarching and it's like, zoop, this is where it stays.
I want to do that for my Tales from Hall and Hall series. which is the new adult, quote unquote new adult, because I know it's not a real like genre. My quote unquote new adult romance novel series that I'm going to do. But it's going to be a campus map. It's going to be a map of the campus. So
That's
people have an
cool.
idea of where people are when they're in those places.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if the book has a map in it, it's 1,000 times my favorite. Even if I don't finish reading it.
And
which
yes,
is
like I
every
said-
book ever.
Like I said, it was a passing thought of like, that would be funny, not thought about in seriousness. Never once I was like, I'm going to record this and make this a real audiobook that people will pay money for. Never once.
Just make it like 50 cents. Be like, spend 50 cents on this comical
I thought for a
audiobook.
second you meant 50 Cent, like the rapper. And
No!
it was like, I'm not going to pay 50 cents to narrate my book. I mean, that'd
Why
be great.
not?
But no, it'd be great. Don't get me
It'd be-
wrong. I love 50 Cent. But
Be like, wait, who was... There was... Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the book or the name of the actor. But he has like a very...
James Earl Jones?
No.
The Bible? Jesus, I am your father.
Starts with a G. Starts with a G.
I don't know.
Godfrey?
Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah, he like did some
Iago?
audio. He did some sort of audiobook for like fun. I don't remember what it was now. I think it was him. Give me a map. Yes. I love a map in a book. It's my favorite thing. 'Cause then I can just like stare at the map. Who wants to read the words? I'm just gonna stare at the map.
Maps are good. Especially when it's like a world you're creating. Because like again, even though it's not a
He
world
did.
I'm creating, it's a university I'm creating, but nobody knows where these places are in context to the story, you know?
Yeah.
And same thing with like the world and stuff that you would be creating. It'd be good for you to have a map.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. He did.
Rest in peace,
We're
Gilbert
sad.
Godfrey. We love you. We miss you.
Big sad.
And
We-
Bob Saget. And Robin Williams, even though that's been 10 years now.
It's just crazy, like thinking about it. It's like, oh, has it been that long?
It's been that long because I remember I was working for Caribou Coffee when he died. I was on shift at Caribou Coffee. Specifically, I remember the Caribou I was working at because I worked at a few because they moved me around a couple times because they liked how well I cleaned things. And they're like, this store is messy. Go clean it. I'm like, okay. But specifically the store I was working at the time. And my team member, my team member, that's what they were called at Caribou. I was a shift supervisor. My team member was on her break and she was just scrolling through her phone and she's like, Robin Williams died. And I was like, no. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what? So then I pulled my phone out real quick. I mean, I'd never pull my phone out on the floor. Anyway, I would never do such a thing like that. Oh my God, never.
What? Phones stay in pockets unless it's an emergency.
That's right. I never did that. Never once.
We are very good supervisors. We don't use our phones. No.
Just like when Caribou would make us throw away the bakery at the end of the day, like we couldn't donate it or anything. Like we had to toss it. And I'm like, that's such a
stupid.
waste. And so then my team member inevitably would be like, can I just take something? I'm like, no, you can't take anything, but I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Can you take care of this bakery for me? And I just leave. What I don't know. They could have thrown it away.
They totally, followed the rules and threw it all away.
So I never took anything, but I would conveniently go to the bathroom and have them take care of the bakery for me.
You have to do a thing. They have to do a thing. Logical. Makes sense. Biology.
Anyway. Okay, so goals. Let's talk about our goals for the next stream. And I already see that you've already put a possible stream date in our Word doc.
September's funky, so that's why I threw that one on there. Because I get
that
to
might work for me.
We make jokes at work because the way that the tier system is, you got your staff, then you got the assistants, and then you got the senior assistants, and then the theater manager, which I am, and then you got your general manager. The joke is there is no general manager, it's me.
I mean, it is.
Literally, like,
how much of his job do you actually do?
Basically everything, because
Right.
so this week is fun because there's some stuff going on at another location, so he has to cover that guy's thing. So like this week is whatever, it's a fluke, but like I need a vacation.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of PTO. I can go on vacation.
The next stream, if we're gonna do it on the 9th, is the beginning of my vacation. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna relax and be away from work. Yeah, I'm just staycating. I might just like last time I took a week off, I might get like an Airbnb somewhere just to take a break, even for my dog and my cat. But we'll see. I haven't made that decision yet. But yeah, because it's the week of my birthday, because my birthday's September 12th. So yeah, so the 9th should work, because the weekend before that is No Brand Con, and then I should be home on the 9th. Okay. I mean, I not that I would still be in Wisconsin for No Brand Con. But I don't think I have anything planned that weekend, is what I mean.
I will say, in spite of me having to be GM and everybody thinks so, like, it really like hits hard sometimes when the employees are like, yeah, I never see the boss, so I'm just going to tell you. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so the thing that makes me sad is the fact that this is what Caribou used to do when I first started working for Caribou Coffee, and then they switched up the bakery, and for some reason they changed the rule as to tossing the bakery every night. I don't know if that's what they still do. I have no idea, because I haven't worked for Caribou Coffee in many, many years. But they switched the bakery while I worked there. And at that time they're like, no more donating, we have to throw it away. But we used to donate it to food kitchens.
That's so stupid.
Kitchens. Yeah.
That is so stupid.
Yeah. I much preferred that. But
yeah.
Anyway.
It's like, why wouldn't you? Like, just do it.
I use it. But I also get enough that, or they actually let me roll some over. So I will always get below that threshold and then just roll the rest of it over. And then I just have like just rolling PTO just in case an emergency happens and I take extra time away from work. So I like having that buffer. But yeah. Mine rolls over, not all of it, but I have to get below that threshold at the very least. So
I have like 100 hours in PTO right now.
Where is No Brand Con? I was gonna say, where is NBC? We don't care about NBC because the actors and writers are on strike.
We don't care about that. We care about the other.
The
abbreviation is really weird.
Just to put this out there, because I am an actor, I am not part of SAG-AFTRA, so I am personally not on strike, but I do stand with people on strike because I do have friends that are in SAG-AFTRA, and knowing what I know about SAG-AFTRA, it's really, 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 really important that this strike continues until they get a fair deal, because they do not have a fair deal right now. But anyway, No Brand Con is in Steveston, Wisconsin this year at the Holiday Inn Convention Center. It used to be in Eau Claire before it was part of it, and then they moved to the Dells, which, those of you who don't know the Dells is like the water park capital of the United States or the world, I don't know, but it's a town that's just full of water parks. And so they were in the Dells for a long time. That was when I joined up. Last year was when I joined up with them, and now this year we're moving to Steveston, Wisconsin. And we moved also to a different time of year, because it used to be in the spring and now it's in the fall.
Interesting.
Right before my birthday. Yeah. So, because, well, the thing is that it used to compete with that other convention that I don't mention anymore.
The one thing.
That thing. So
the convention who shall not be named.
Yeah, well, they used to specifically schedule the bigger convention that I don't name used to schedule its convention when No Brand would schedule theirs. So they were directly trying to compete with No Brand Con.
That's rude.
The smaller convention, the tiny itty bitty baby convention, they were trying to kill it. And I'm like, why? Why?
Because Cthulhu Con. Sorry, my ear is so itchy right now suddenly. It's these earbuds, man. These earbuds always make my ear itchy.
Yeah. The Dells is not a good place right now. It's very busy. But yeah. So it's in Steveston this year, and it's over Labor Day weekend. All of the guests have been announced. And I say that because I'm head of guest relations. But I don't know if I want to be head of guest relations next year. Don't tell them. I mean, this is public, so I guess maybe. Hi, anybody from North Vancouver that's hanging out with us right now. I don't know if I want to do it again. I mean, I want to be on staff, but I don't know if I want to run it again. I'm so tired.
Dylan, the Dells are a bunch of computers, not food.
Which is funny because that's what my computer is. Dude, I got a Dell.
You got a Dell?
Dude, I got a Dell.
I got a non-Dell. It's over here. It's doing glowy bits.
I mean, eventually the Dell will just be like, my goal with this computer is essentially the Dell is just going to be the casing, and eventually, like, I'm just going to keep replacing things if I need to. I have so little saved actually on this computer. Everything's saved either in my cloud or in my external hard drive.
Ah, dang. Sorry, Dylan. I forgot about that.
Get out.
No, stay. The farmer in the Dells. The farmer in the Dells.
All of you, stop it.
I encourage this 100%. Do it.
So the convention location last year was on the river, and so it's really nice because we had a river facing room. So every morning I would go out, and because again, like, I'm a morning person and the people I was staying with are not, and so, and especially because they have a kid, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna go out onto the balcony. And so I'd sit out on the balcony and just like stare at the river because I like water. I grew up on a lake. Like, I was conditioned to just love staring at water.
I still need to watch that, Dylan. Have you seen Nope?
Get out of here right now. I don't like you anymore. Yes, that. Dylan is fired.
Wait, did we hire Dylan?
We hired Dylan to be our friend for free.
Oh, no. You guys are getting paid?
It's like when I worked at PetSmart, and we were swiping our cards to get clocked in, and I turned to my friend at work and I go, "Another day, another dollar." And she looks at me, she's like, "Oh, you got a raise." Oh my god.
Right, Dylan? It was so good. I enjoyed it. Yes, he accumulates PTO at the rate of 0.000001 per 5 hours. But only on the weekends.
Okay. Should we actually think about our goals for next month?
We have goals?
We're supposed to. And by next month, I got to get Deepwater done because I need to get it formatted and the wrap figured out, and so I can get it out to ARC readers. I don't know what to do.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Plus, my mother has to do paintings for me in watercolor because she's doing paintings for it. So, like, I'm going all out with my books when people buy them from me or my ARC readers and stuff. Because, like, I want my books to be like unboxable. Like, you know, you do an unboxing like on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever, right? I want to make them fun. So for Deepwater, every single one I'm creating a bookmark for that relates to the book, right? So I've got a bookmark for Deepwater, and that's already been designed. I designed that myself. And then my mom is painting these watercolors of all the different stops they go to on the ship, and we're turning those into postcards. So it's going to be a big Vistaprint order, but
it's gonna be cool.
But I want to send those. So my mom also has to get that done, and trying to get my mom to do anything. It's not easy.
Like me?
Well, I'm pretty sure the reason I have ADHD is because of her, because it's genetic, and I'm pretty convinced she has ADHD as well.
I'm pretty sure mine does too.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, trying to get her to focus on one thing at a time is like not good. It's not easy, but that's fine because I also can't focus on one thing at a time. The fact that I am not doing something aside from just talking to you is driving me bonkers. I should be playing a game on my phone or like having something on in the background. I know I have not even been, aside from like fidgeting, I guess, with my microphone a little bit.
I have so many fidgetable things. Like I have little Hot Wheel cars. I have squishy things. I have this guy that I used last week.
Yeah.
I have so much stuff on my desk right now.
Yeah. But so yeah, so my goals will be definitely finishing up Deepwater. It has to be done by September because I gotta get it formatted and so that it can go out to my ARC readers. I need to get that out to my ARC readers by like October is the goal. So yeah, Deepwater's got to be done. I'm not even gonna worry about where the vinyl ends at this point. Like I just gotta get Deepwater done. And you can't just question mark. Okay, think of a goal.
No, wait. What do you mean I can't just question mark?
What you don't see is we have a shared Google Doc that they are currently typing on, and they just put in a bunch of question marks.
Oh dang, it's too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright. Bring down a question mark. It's a question mark. Okay.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Get your shit together.
No. I need a fiber bar for that.
Fucking A. I can't with you. Why did I partner with you to do this?
I don't know. Why did you partner with me?
Dylan, there is my co-host spot is opening up.
Peace.
Not yet. I'm waiting until it's formatted because I have to wait till it's formatted before I can upload it anywhere. So it's not available for pre-order yet, but I will make an announcement when it is. So hopefully, I mean, ideally, I could theoretically have pre-orders ready by next stream, but I doubt that. We'll see. We'll see where I'm at with it. But I mean, once I get done with my edits, yeah, it's going to be like, sorry, I just got distracted by a notification from Facebook that somebody reacted to the post, the private post where I talk in detail about what happened.
Ooh.
Yeah, another person that's involved with that reacted to it. Anyway, so once I get the edit finished and it goes back to my editor one last time, just for one last like read through, make sure everything's good. And then it's all downhill from there. Like it's all simple. Like the formatting will only just take a couple of days. You know, figuring out the wrap, that'll probably take a bit longer because my artist is my artist is great, but my artist is also busy and has a life, and I can't just expect her to drop everything for me. My editor only takes on one project at a time. So when my editor gets my book, that's the only thing she's doing is my book, aside from her personal life. So once I'm done with these edits, which hopefully I'll finish this weekend, then it's all downhill. So possibly all the pre-orders will be ready for our September stream. I mean, ideally, I'm gonna put it out in the universe that they will be, but I'm not gonna put that as my goal because I don't want to disappoint myself.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me clicking my pen?
A little bit.
Dang. Okay. I couldn't tell. Let's see. What should my goal be? Okay,
yes.
So we've got the outline done.
Yes.
I've got character sheets printed. So I think the easiest goal will be to have the characters sheets almost all filled out. I don't know if I'm going to use every single bit on those things, but like a good chunk of it will probably be nice to have. And then maybe I'll figure out the setting area and kind of like world build a little bit of that. And then maybe we'll start some writing.
I mean, maybe some writing was on your last one too.
This is true. See, I'm just going to add that on there so that way it's a maybe possible goal.
Okay, at some point though, Kay, and this is the point of these live streams. It's creative accountability. At some point, you got to stop being an idea master and actually put the ideas into practice. So I'm going to let this slide one more month, but your long-term goal for October will be start writing.
Okay. Maybe the goal can be to come up with a goal. I like that idea.
You know what? Next month, I'm just going to make up a goal. Very Ouroboros. Yes, very Ouroboros. Very much. The snake eating its own tail.
Anytime I see that word, I think about a rhythm game. So now I just want to play my rhythm game.
I think of Red Dwarf and Fullmetal Alchemist.
I have seen Red Dwarf. It's just been a hot minute.
It's from season 7. Yeah, season 7 is where the Ouroboros comes in to play.
I don't even remember if I... it's been so long since I've seen that show.
Yeah. And then I also think of Fullmetal Alchemist because that, but I don't like thinking about Fullmetal Alchemist. It's a great show. Great show. I have trauma with one of the voice actors.
I haven't finished that either.
That's fine.
Oops. There's so many things that I start that I don't finish. I should stop doing that. That's my goal. Stop starting and not finishing.
Well, when it comes to your book, finish your books. Finish your first novella and then go from there.
Okay, so the goal will be character sheets complete.
What's funny is I used to.
I did not.
It was one of my favorite sports when I was young, and I played it. And then my mom decided to unofficially coach our team.
I have conditioned myself that whenever I type something and I stop, I hit Control S to save it, and I do it with Google Docs all the time.
It's a good practice.
It's because one time I did it and a thing crashed, and I lost like a good chunk of work. So I was like,
you'd think for all the times that The Sims 4 has crashed on me that I would save it a lot more often than I do. I don't.
You need like a little alert every like 15
minutes. Every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes I need to be saving that game.
Is that bad? Jeez.
No, it's not that bad, but like it would make me feel better. Because a lot happens in 5 minutes in the game, okay? A lot happens in 5 minutes.
I understand that. In Minecraft, it goes the same way. 1 minute, you're fine. Next minute, boom.
Well,
I don't know where that went.
You'll find it later.
It's somewhere on my desk.
So yeah, so character sheets, and then get those character sheets complete. So, get all of your characters figured out, and then you can...
That's another thing I managed to do last month. I figured out the name for the character whose name I had to change because we have an employee now who has that name, and I could not think about that.
That's right. That's right.
So I did give that character a new name, so that character has a new name.
Good. That's good.
And I like the new name. I was worried because it's like the other one was so nice and simple. I was like, I'm never going to find a name that I like for this character. It's like, oh, I like this one. Okay. I used one of those name generators, and I just changed some of the letters around.
Mm-hmm. There you go. But yeah, so that works. So next month, Kay, you are going to have character sheets complete, and you're going to start writing.
Yes.
And then I need to be at release. I need to be release ready for Deep Water. Well, okay, maybe not necessarily have it completely formatted, but the editing needs to be completed. The editing needs to be done. It needs to be at least like through the final bits of pieces. But again, the formatting, because my mom, who is also an author, she has provided me the information for the people that format her books. And so I'm going to use them, and it's not super expensive to format. I mean, I could format it myself, but I don't want to, especially because it's like my first one, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think Reedsy has like a free version of formatting, but I'm like, I will fuck that up so fast. I would rather just have a professional. Like, there are professionals for a reason. There are professionals for a reason.
Like, I'll just pay somebody.
I'm going to use a professional. This is why I'm not editing my own book, which you shouldn't do anyway. And that's why I'm not making my own cover. It's why I'm not formatting my own book. There are professionals for a reason. They are paid to do a thing for a reason because they're good at it. Okay, well, my first editor was not good at it.
Your first editor was terrible for other
Deepwater
reasons.
would have been out already at this point.
Big stupid editor.
Had that editor actually not kept it captive for 5 months.
Big jerk.
I've come to the realization Deepwater will just never be released. It is a cursed book.
It's the book that nobody sees a light of day
so
of
cursed
until you're passing. Then it's like this. Oh, never been released before book. Oh my gosh.
I wrote half of it in 2018 and half of it in 2021. And then was like, I'm gonna focus on this. Then my dog died, and I was like, or not. It's like funny that I can joke about Cosmo's death now.
It's good.
Or do I joke about his death because it makes me uncomfortable, and that's how I cope?
I mean, I understand that if that is the case. We like to use the humor.
Oh,
I was like, why do I have the Whataburger shop website open? It's like, oh, right.
Because you're gonna look and see if that's still available. I could absolutely probably buy it myself from the Whataburger website, but
I will send you the link if you want the link.
Perfect. Please do.
It's $40. It's a
lot of money.
Yeti. It's
Oh,
a
that
Yeti.
makes sense. I have a
It's a
Yeti.
Yeti.
I love my Yeti. I have a Lion King Yeti that I use all the time. I also have this kind of Yeti.
Me too. I need to clean the
Your pop filter. Yeah, I had to clean mine. Mine was filled with dog hair, with dog fur. And I
not surprised.
cleaned it off as much as I possibly could.
Oh my
But
god.
the problem with having golden retrievers is, and I've had 2 of them now, so I feel like I can speak as an expert. Having golden retrievers means you will never be out of hair. When I got my new bed frame, we pulled out my old bed frame. We still found Cosmo hair.
Oh, no.
And Cosmo had already been gone for like 6 months at that point. And there was still Cosmo hair.
It's the hair that never goes away.
I'm sure I still will find Cosmo hair. And the reason I know it's Cosmo hair is because Apollo is red and Cosmo was gold. So different color fur.
That makes sense.
Well, Cosmo's technically red too, but he was not as red as Apollo is.
Hair tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds are weird. Just saying it. They're weird. No, there was like a really bad
that was the most random. That was the most random thing I think I have ever experienced with you in my life.
Really?
Probably not. Probably not, actually.
I'm a little offended. Tumbleweeds are weird is the strangest interaction you had.
No, the strangest interaction I had was when you first commented on a video of mine. You're like, we should be friends. And I was like, okay.
I don't remember doing that.
Well, it wasn't those exact words.
Okay, so yeah. It's spelled Whataburger, but as everybody knows, it's Whataburger.
I always say Whataburger. Whataburger. I say Whataburger.
Whataburger. Whataburger. Ramble, guys, it's a possessed tumbleweed. No, there was like a weird, what was it, like a year or year and a half ago? There was just like tumbleweeds everywhere. And they are the strangest little things ever. Like, just, what are you? Why are you existing? Why you tumble, you little weed? I need answers.
Good questions.
I need answers.
Good questions.
Why do you tumble?
Write your book.
Why do you tumble?
Write your book.
So I have a thought. I would like opinions on this thought because I think it's funny, but I want to know if it's a terrible idea. Okay, so book names, right?
Yes.
Long book names make me giggle. Would a long book name be terrible for this whole series?
Not for the series, but then your individual novellas.
Like the individual books have stupid long names.
If they make sense. I'm not the biggest fan personally. I'm personally not the biggest fan of long names of books.
Because like I want to do it.
I mean, to be fair, the very first book in the So-Called Chronicles has a pretty decently sized name. I guess not that big. It's the Man from the Stars.
Okay. Very unrelated. How have y'all never heard people call it Whataburger?
Because we're not in Texas and we don't have it here.
But the chat, like how? Maybe
Yes,
it's just a
and the
Southern
two
thing.
people currently talking are in the Midwest. I know that.
Well, then that explains it.
I don't know them personally, but I know roughly where they're roughly from.
Okay, cool.
I mean, Kitty was kind of talking about being in Wisconsin. That's in the Midwest.
You know, I don't retain anything. We have gone over this. I am goldfish. This is why I have sticky notes at my desk. I am goldfish. Literally, anytime my boss starts with, so I need you to do this, I'm like, hold on. Okay, go.
Oh, yeah. No, I have terrible short-term memory. If I don't convert it to long-term memory, it's gone in minutes.
I don't even know like why
is
it's
here.
like that. It just is how it be, I guess. But anyway, I want to know everybody's opinion on long book names because I think it'd be funny.
I gave mine. I mean, if you want to do long book names, more power to you. Like I said, I wasn't sitting there with Melissa being like, "You, me, and our heartstrings." That's a long book name. Melissa, stop. Like, I don't like, obviously, like, no. I personally prefer shorter book names.
I find it highly like it'll be very much related to whatever is going on in the book, but it's just going to be so like ridiculous.
What a burger. I'm terrible at Christopher Walken. I can't do a Christopher Walken impression.
I have to do practice. Like I'd have to hear him talk first before I could attempt.
But that's the best I can do right now.
I only recently started thinking about the title length. I don't even remember what brought up the thought. I constantly do like mini conversations with myself, and one of them was,
"You do too?" Oh my God.
Yes, all the time. And one of the conversations was, I should do long book title names. That would be so funny. And I'm like, should I? Is that a bad idea? I don't know.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea at all.
Exactly, Dylan. Like that. This boy from the boonies because a level 99 wizard to max out his level. Yeah, something like over the top. Like it's related to the book. Like it definitely will explain. Like this is what it is.
You also only have so much space to have on your cover, friend.
Font size 6 exists for a reason.
Just don't do it. Anime based on a light novel style where it's an entire sentence that tells you the entire premise.
No. I would not. Like I hate when stuff spoils the book. So like it would not spoil anything. It'd just be like, oh, here's a vague hint of what's going on in this book.
That's the beautiful thing about being in contemporary romance is your book is already spoiled.
It's a romance. They're gonna fall in love. Something's gonna happen. Boom.
People are gonna fall in love.
Oh no. I got spoiled.
I mean, I guess there are technically romances that exist that where they don't end up together in the end, but are they romance or are they just contemporary fiction?
Can I okay, so if it's too long, people will abbreviate it. I also considered that and was like, what if I overthought it
like
and gave it an actual acronym? So like when you said the acronym, it was an actual like word, but then that's like a lot of brain thinking.
just like ACOTAR. I mean, people say ACOTAR. I don't even know what the name of the book actually is. A Court of a Thorn of Roses or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's like eventually people use the abbreviation more than the name of the book, so you know the abbreviation more than the name of the book.
Yeah. I mean, I know what ACOTAR is, but if you were to ask me what the actual title of the book is, I think it's something like that, like a Court of a Thorn of Roses or whatever. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Or my book title, This Literal Chair Begged Me to Date Him Even Though I'm 40 and Have a Belly of a Viking, but I guess he's my sugar baby now. I'm going to read that cover to cover.
That sounds like the best book ever, Dylan. Write it.
I have also never read it. I'm not super into fantasy. I like sci-fi, but I'm not like super into fantasy, which is hilarious because I want to write one, but I don't want to read them.
Oh my gosh. Chuck Tingle. Yes. I still want to read one of his books. They're just so, I love it. But that's kind of what I have in mind for like the ridiculousness of like title names. It's just like, you know, just over the top ridiculous funness. So we'll see if I actually do it or not. But that was a thought that I had in my brain that I wanted to share.
Sorry, we're not supposed to read that out loud. Sorry, Dylan.
Dylan, you put it in the chat. Part of putting things in the chat is it's going to get read out loud.
That, and I mean, you were here for like me talking about my obsession with spicy novels. You were here for that? If it's not spice, I don't want to read it. I did pick up a contemporary from Book of the Month. I picked up an adult contemporary romance and then found out after I got it that there is no spice. And then I was like, but it's an adult romance and you're telling me it's Fade to Black? Get out of here.
That is the next question I have to answer. Is there spice? Because in my head, 2 of the characters of this crew will get together. So it's like, I have to figure that out.
Always spice.
You know, you can just skip it if you don't want it. Just skip it.
Right? I like spice. I need a boyfriend. Anyway.
You could have a significant other, but you know, I've offered.
I don't know how to approach that appropriately.
The answer is, sorry, Kay, you're just not my type, which has been the answer. So it's like, okay, I accept this answer.
What I will say is you don't have the right plumbing.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. There are ways to fix that. No.
Oh, God.
Anyway, hi.
Let's move on from that.
If there's any Viking daddies. No Viking daddies. Well, not in the same sense. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I was gonna make a Minnesota joke, but I couldn't get to one in enough time for my brain to actually process it. Because of course we have a bunch of Norwegians here. Well, Scandinavians in general, but a bunch of Norwegians because I am Norwegian. And matter of fact, while I was waiting for the stream to start, I did my Norwegian lesson because without my 2 grandparents that spoke Norwegian, with both of them no longer being alive, I gotta do something to keep my Norwegian going. So, and one service a year in which I'm celebrating Sunday Mai is not gonna cut it. So
You need more practice.
I do Duolingo now. My sister does too.
That's great.
Yeah, just to keep my Norwegian going. But anyway, and then of course we have our Vikings football team. So I was gonna try and make a Minnesota joke, but it just wasn't coming. And nah.
Dylan, you should put yourself in a box, then you'll be a mystery box.
Or do like Ancestry or 23andMe like I did.
Ooh.
Sell your DNA to the black market. It's fine. Nothing bad has happened to me yet. Yet. I have not been framed for murder or something.
Murder. Judas, no.
Just saying.
The vines live rent-free in my head all the time.
Okay, so next stream, September 9th, 2 p.m. Central Time.
And it'll actually be 2 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, unlike me putting it initially at 2 p.m. and announcing it to be at 2 p.m.
It was going to be, but I had the lunch with friends and we usually linger until 2, so.
Yeah, and then I just didn't look at our doc for that. So
it's not my fault.
No, it's completely and utterly my fault.
How dare you?
But yeah, so September 9th, 2 p.m. Central Time. Be back here the same bat time. Different bat time. Same bat place though.
Same bat channel.
That's right. And I'll have made the decision as to which microphone I like better. This one or this one. And hopefully I can actually start using this one again because I need to take a tool to free it from.
Do you have like a little
frozen
grippy
spot.
thing that you can like?
No, I do, but it's like I'm just gonna get it as a tool. Like I've got a tool that can do it.
Oh, okay.
So what can you do? All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us for this, creative accountability, but also a lot of ADHD nonsense because two people with ADHD are trying to do a live stream.
Are you telling me it's time for us to Vincent Van Gogh?
Yeah, I gotta get the dogs in because it's hot, and one of them's mostly black. So
no, toasty boy.
Yeah, he's probably pretty uncomfortable outside. I mean, my dog is also probably pretty uncomfortable because he's dark. I mean, he's about as red as a golden can get. So I'm sure he's probably pretty hot. And they're both longer furred. So my sister's dog is here. If you weren't aware, my sister's dog is also here right now because my sister's busy putting her twins into college. So
how dare she?
How dare they? How dare they age? How dare it be almost 19 years since I graduated high school? I'm not okay.
Dylan.
Don't Van Gogh. Van stay.
Also, I do not have anything currently available.
No, this is why we're trying to get them to write their books.
So you can read a book. I should. So I don't know if y'all are aware, but there's like these one-page fiction things that you could get. And I started doing a couple of those, and I have a couple of them. They're just not edited or tweaked or anything. But one of them is really creepy. Like, I didn't realize how creepy it was until I read it back. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh. So it's like, maybe I'll compile them all into a little compilation of some sort.
That'd be cool. And do like a compilation, like a short, like an anthology of shorts kind of thing.
Yeah, because they're just little one-page things, so
that'd be cool.
It's cool.
Anyway, well, thank you all for joining us for this live stream. And if you know how to pronounce Vincent Van Gogh name, because we've heard it many different ways, which is the joke. If you were not here at the beginning of the thing, Kay had a Vincent Van Gogh figure, and I said, or in the UK, like they say, Vincent Van Gogh. And then we were on this whole thing about how to actually probably pronounce it. We landed on Vincent Van Gogh.
It's going to be my favorite thing for like a whole day.
Probably. We're just going to keep texting each other to Vincent Van Gogh. We'll laugh about it again next month, I'm sure.
Oh, I'll have something else next month.
Okay, sounds good. So you're a sci-fi guy, mainly cyberpunk. You'd be interested in anything you write. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is something that you've always been super into. Okay.
Yeah, it's been like a weird combination of like fantasy because I like the fantasy elements, but then I kind of situated to the space opera because it's like hard sci-fi is good, but it's also like I don't have the capacity to be science-y, so space opera. So
there you go.
Yeah. Vincent Van Gogh.
Vincent Van Gogh in hot pants and thigh-high boots.
Vincent Van Gogh wearing the go-go.
I need somebody to draw this for me. I need this as art on my wall like yesterday.
Let me just commission somebody for you.
I'm not kidding.
I'll go on Fiverr. I need this. I need somebody to do this for this person's birthday, please.
My birthday is less than a month away. I need this. Vincent Van Gogh 5. That's a Super Sentai reference. Have you started Go-Go 5, Dylan? No, you wouldn't, because the last one you watched was Car Ranger. You still have to watch Mega Ranger. Watch Mega Ranger. You will not be disappointed, Dylan. You will not be disappointed.
Did you start the farewell early because you knew how long it would take us to say actual goodbye?
It's called the Minnesota goodbye, actually.
I thought it was called like the Midwest goodbye, and then like the South does it too. I feel like everybody does it. We just all pretend like we are the only ones who do it.
I don't know. It's called the Minnesota Goodbye, where we say goodbye. But the thing about the Minnesota Goodbye is usually in the middle of winter, and we're all standing outside at somebody's car saying goodbye for like 2 hours in the cold. So
Absolutely not.
that's how it works in Minnesota. So anyway, all right, for real this time. Well, it's because you're not in Minnesota, Kitty. Also, this filter is failing me. So yeah, my rosacea is really bad right now, hence the reason for the filter, but it is absolutely to the side, absolutely failing me right now.
The filter is trying its best.
The filter is saying you have really bad rosacea, even I can't help you.
The filter is like, why are you using me? You're beautiful.
Incorrect, but thanks. Okay, anyway. So I'm gonna go get the dogs now. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all next month. Bye.
Bye.